Hello wealth creators. Can you believe we have began a new week already? We hope you have been following your dreams and putting in the work. Our goal with our Monday videos is to always motivate you and give you insightful secret codes which you can leverage to your own advantage if you choose to. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe for our weekly videos. Welcome to Golden Wealth Channel, the place where self-made billionaires come to get secret codes for wealth creation and personal advancement. Every Monday as you begin your week, we give you wisdom codes that enables you to begin your week with the end in mind. With that being said, let's get straight into today's video.
15 life hacks will make your life simpler. The vast majority battle with deciding with how to be more useful and sort out their lives. This current one's for you. For quite a long time, we've utilized these principles to escape abnormal circumstances, to take advantage within recent memory and get an edge over others. These are genuine, tried, and unquestionably great to have in your arrangement of apparatuses. We suggest you go through the rundown with us and record those that you can apply in your life beginning today. Whenever you have the devices you need, you are prepared to start. Here are 15 rules that make your life such a ton simpler and beneficial. 1. The 100 to 10 to 3:1 investing rule. This initial one is an investment rule. The majority of you are keen on land contributing, and this is presumably the most notable guideline between proficient property financial backers. In case you will purchase any property, you need to know this. The 100 to 10 to 3:1 standard goes this way.
To make a savvy speculation, a financial backer should take a gander no less than 100 properties to discover 10 potential arrangements that can be productive. From these 10 potential arrangements, a financial backer will submit forceful, however reasonable, proposals on 3 of them. Of the 3 offers submitted, 1 will be acknowledged. 100, 10, 3, 1. However, that one property will make you a ton of cash. Then, at that point, record it and recall it. 2. The you cut, I pick rule. We love this standard to such an extent. One of our tutors showed it subsequent to selling a $20 million business. He said he utilizes it all the time, both in business and at home with his children. Suppose your child are battling about the last piece of cake in the cooler and the two of them guarantee it to be legitimately theirs. Here's the manner by which the standard works. When individual slices and different will pick which half he needs to keep. This astonishing guideline offers capacity to the two sides. It's one of those keen deceives that augments the return and furthermore limits the danger simultaneously. One child cuts the piece of cake and different will pick which side he needs. Due to this, the two players win and the outcome is normally the ideal cut. This works extraordinary in business and life. Some of you may be astounded to discover, yet this standard is really referenced in the good book as an instrument to settle issues of this sort, in the book of Genesis, section 13, to be exact. 3. The 100-hour rule. This is one of those guidelines that should put lucidity on what you ought to focus on throughout everyday life. It was repopularized as of late, yet friendly force to be reckoned with. Jay Shetty. Everything reduces to a major and straightforward inquiry. In the event that you had 100 hours to put resources into 3 cans, what you're best at, what you're normal at, and what you're terrible, giving the chance, how might you divide those hours? Pause for a minute to settle on your choice. Allow 3 seconds for the watcher to ponder this issue. Would you part it similarly? 33, 33 and 33? Perhaps a touch more on different parts. They posed a similar inquiry, the best and savvy individuals on the planet, and their answer is past intriguing. They said they would either put 80% into what they're great at and 10 in different too, or 100% and 0. This is truly significant, fam. You need to put practically the entirety of your endeavors into what you're uncommonly acceptable at. Disregard all the other things and spotlight on your qualities, since this center permits you to excel and win. All the other things will simply bring about you being average and lose. 4. The October 10, 2010 Principle. This is another dynamic principle that works extraordinary. It's as often as possible utilized by individuals like Warren Buffett and other very rich person financial backers to sort out what to do. Fundamentally, while worrying about something, utilize the October 10, 2010 guideline. How might I feel about it shortly? 10 months? Shouldn't something be said about 10 years? In the wake of getting some viewpoint, you'll notice how not very many things end up worth worrying about. A decision may feel great at the time, however have adverse consequences over the medium or long haul. The opposite is additionally accessible. Perhaps something will suck in the following 10 minutes and surprisingly appease subsequently, yet it will pay off over the long haul. Any choice you need to make, show it to the standard of tens and you'll begin settling on better decisions right away. 5. The 5 a.m. Rule. What do Tim Cook, Benjamin Franklin, Howard Schultz, Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Richard Branson, both The Rock and Kevin Hart share, practically speaking? They all get up shockingly early. They all rest under 6 hours consistently, with a larger part getting up around 5 a.m. Our answer at whatever point we manage any kind of issue like this is to complete 2 things: learn more and work more. That far hasn't bombed us. In our examination we tracked down an old piece by creator Robin Sharma, who's been awakening reliably at 5 a.m. and depended on it. He even made a standard of how to streamline this to be more useful, parting the first hour into 3 brief exercises. Initial 20 minutes, quickly leap up and begin working out. Push-ups are an incredible way wake up from that sluggish state. This gets the blood racing through the body and awakens you. Next 20 minutes are tied in with discovering some new information. We recommend that at such moments you come to watch inspirational videos like this. From Golden Wealth Channel. The most recent 20 minutes are arranging. Make a rundown of the targets you have for the afternoon and what you're hoping to accomplish. By 6 a.m. you're prepared to pound it. We would say, you will feel like you have unlocked anew. The most recent 20 minutes are arranging. Make a rundown of the targets you have for the afternoon and what you're hoping to accomplish. By 6 a.m. you're prepared to pound it. We would say, you will feel like you have unlocked anew, a mysterious no one else knew. Now we will gladly congratulate you for being part of the 5 a.m. club of successful people. Robin Sharma has even refined everything in another book pleasantly called The 5 a.m. Club. 6. The 2-minute rule. This is the most straightforward rule in this rundown. The brief principle goes this way: in the event that it just requires 2 minutes to do what needs to be done. Never delay or disregard exercises that can be settled right away. There is something in particular about our degrees of stress that influence our efficiency when we realize we've actually got more activities. Additionally, getting little successes gives us a sensation of usefulness and energy that just develops for the duration of the day. The brief standard is the ideal solution for hesitation. On the off chance that you don't want to do an undertaking, constrain yourself to do it only for 2 minutes. Then, at that point you can offer yourself a reprieve, assuming you need to. In any case, for 2 minutes truly give it your full attention. It can't be that difficult to center for 2 minutes, right? Studies show that beginning is really the hardest piece of the errand, and in the event that you can get over that slump, you're significantly bound to conclude what you've begun, then really stopping after the 2 minutes. Consider it like this current: suppose you would prefer not to brush just one tooth, and assuming you need, you can stop a while later. When you get that energy on, it somewhat bodes well to continue to go, right? Utilize the brief principle and quit being sluggish. 7. The 80-20 rule. This is additionally called the Pareto rule. In case you've been an endorser of our channel, you ought to be more than acquainted with it. For every other person, the standard goes this way: 20% of your activities represent 80% of results. This has been perhaps the most significant things we've learned in business and throughout everyday life. 20% of the specialists produce 80% of the outcome, 20% of the clients make 80% of the income, 20% of the bugs cause 80% of the accidents, 20% of the highlights cause 80% of the use, 20% of the words in a language compensate for 80% of the discussions, etc. When you're mindful of this incredible standard, you will see all that you're doing another way. We were first acquainted with it in Tim Ferriss' book The 4-Hour Work Week, and from that point forward we've seen everything over the spot. 8. The left-hand rule. This is all the more a social trick of the trade rather than a business rule. In case you're at any sort of occasion where you're drinking, consistently hold the glass or cup in your left hand as opposed to your essential right. Suppose you're getting a lager and unexpectedly you're acquainted with another person. What do? You go in to shake their hand, yet your hand has been on the cold and wet glass, so it will feel peculiar and vile. Individuals won't recollect your name, yet they will recall how you affected them, and damp hands is a major no-no in any setting. 9. The expression of remorse rule. You're going to commit errors throughout everyday life. Everyone does, and there's a way for you to push ahead the correct way. Give close consideration, and from this day forward we need you to both utilize this standard for your activities and expect something similar from every other person. A genuine, viable expression of remorse has 3 sections. 1. Acknowledge you weren't right and how it influenced the conciliatory sentiment rule. You're going to commit errors throughout everyday life. Everyone does, and there's a way for you to push ahead the correct way. Give close consideration, and from this day forward we need you to both utilize this standard for your activities and expect something similar from every other person. A genuine, powerful conciliatory sentiment has 3 sections. 1. Acknowledge you weren't right and what it meant for the individual or result. 2. Say you're heartbroken. 3. Portray what you will do to make it right or ensure it doesn't occur once more. Try not to pardon or clarify. On the off chance that you've committed an error, own ready. There's no. Treat others pleasantly and simply don't be opening. The brilliant principle is additionally extraordinary asset to develop great karma. Help other people and individuals will help you back. In case you're feeling stuck throughout everyday life, perhaps you start by helping other people, and who can say for sure where this will lead you. This binds well with our next rule. 11. The money equals time rule. You've presumably heard the idiom time is cash a bigger number of times than you can recall. Be that as it may, here's a little stunt we've realized which will help you sort out in case something merits purchasing or not. We found that it functions admirably for individuals who need to adhere to a spending plan each month. Here's the means by which it works. Consider cash as far as hours. You make $10/hour and wanna purchase that $150 coat. Is that coat truly worth 15 hours of work? By separating the cost of something in work hours, you esteem things in an unexpected way. You know how hard you work for your cash, and this way you can all the more likely comprehend the cost you're making. Is it worth going through 7 days of your work life to get that new outfit? Is this occasion truly worth the 3 months of working it took to get the cash? You'll see that a few things presently don't bode well while others are a conspicuous yes. It's dependent upon you to sort out the amount you acquire each hour or day and afterward calculate that each time you make a buy. 12. The odd time rule. On the off chance that you have companions who are never on schedule, this is the standard for you. We've been trying this in our companion bunch on a specific individual who was in every case late, and by a great deal, as over 30 minutes late. So late that at one point we began deceiving him about what time we were going to hang out and considering in his 45 minutes of normal lateness. Then, at that point we got some answers concerning this unusual guideline a few group used to set gatherings. On the off chance that you plan a gathering for 3:47 rather than 4 o'clock, the probability of individuals being late to the reference hour drops essentially. Furthermore, ensure everyone realizes the gathering will begin at 3:47. In the event that you do start to begin your gatherings at these odd occasions, individuals focus closer on the specific time they should be there. Check it out and see what occurs. 13. The 10,000 hours rule. This one was advocated by one of our #1 journalists, Malcolm Gladwell. In his book Outliers, the writer discloses that to dominate anything you need to put somewhere around 10,000 hours towards it. The 10,000 hours rule is viewed as the way to achievement in any field. It is just a question of rehearsing a particular errand that can normally be refined with 20 hours of work 7 days for a very long time. Group used to set gatherings. On the off chance that you plan a gathering for 3:47 rather than 4 o'clock, the probability of individuals being late to the reference hour drops essentially. Furthermore, ensure everyone realizes the gathering will begin at 3:47. In the event that you do start to begin your gatherings at these odd occasions, individuals focus closer on the specific time they should be there. Check it out and see what occurs. 13. The 10,000 hours rule. This one was advocated by one of our #1 journalists, Malcolm Gladwell. In his book Outliers, the writer discloses that to dominate anything you need to put somewhere around 10,000 hours towards it. The 10,000 hours rule is viewed as the way to achievement in any field. It is just a question of rehearsing a particular errand that can normally be refined with 20 hours of work 7 days for a very long time. Control their way of life spending. We've seen individuals rake in some serious cash, blow through its greater part and afterward return to where they began. We realize it's been hard and you've quite recently begun seeing improvement with your business or adventure, however don't proceed to blow through the cash. Try not to purchase a costly vehicle, don't accepting the costly home. All things being equal, hold your head down, imagine the cash isn't there and contribute it. Giving this cash something to do for you will be much more significant to your way of life than spending it at the present time. It's like the idea of deferred satisfaction, yet for rich individuals and business visionaries. 15. The coin rule. We've been utilizing this since before technology was even a thing. It's not your opinion. You don't determine your destiny by flipping a coin, that is the thing that idiots do. All things considered, you search inside yourself. Our rendition of the coin rule goes this way. On the off chance that you need to settle on a significant choice, you will flip a coin of it. However, the thing is, you don't actually think often about the result. In those couple of moments while the coin is noticeable all around, your gut mentions to you what you're really wanting for the result to be. Then, at that point, seek after that. For what reason would you let any huge decision to risk when you definitely know what you need to do profound inside yourself? Ideally, you've discovered this article significant and took notes as we recommended. Which rule did you track down the most intriguing and will use later on? Tell us in the remarks. You probably won't know about this, yet we read a huge bit of the remarks that come our direction. We study your opinion, what your responses are to the substance we put out to sort out how we can improve. Thank you, wealth creators. Be sure to subscribe. If you loved this video, give us a thumbs up and let us know the topic you want us to cover in our next video. Thank you, wealth creators. Be sure to subscribe. If you loved this video, give us a thumbs up and let us know the topic you want us to cover in our next video.